You don't have to be a perfect dad. You just need to be a present dad. The problem with so many dads is they want to be present, but they don't know how. And so I've really designed Man School to be like designed for busy dads who have a lot going on, of like, okay, here are short 2-minute coaching videos. Here's short pieces of information that just gives you the information to get into that connection with your son. And so you don't have to be a perfect, mature man, really. And your son doesn't need you to be a perfect, mature man.
That's what I was going to say.
He needs to see and hear you say, I'm still growing in this. Mm-hmm. Because again, it's not that, okay, here are the 5 archetypes and I've walked my son through all 5 of them and now he is a perfect warrior, lover, worker, monk, and sage. No, what the dad is doing is he's saying, I am initiating this aspect of your manhood and you will continue to grow and mature into this over the rest of your life.
Yes, takes the pressure off a little.
Yes, in the same way that I am. Now, all that to say, and there's even I have some coaching videos on this. We have to acknowledge that for dads, they are going to have triggers. They are going to have areas where they're like, oh my goodness, this is really painful for me to start walking my son through. And so with that being said, just recognize we're not meant to live alone. And a dad might need to reach out to his church community. Mm. He might need to get a counselor or a spiritual director. He might need to actually take some proactive steps in saying, as I'm working with my son in this, it's stirring this up in me. Mm. And I'm trying to figure out how to navigate it as well.
Could you maybe give some words to a dad who feels like a lot for, and he's thinking, I would like to emotionally connect with my kids. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how to begin. Yeah. Maybe his fear would be, if I start down this road, I can't live up to it myself. I'm going to be watching these videos and my son's going to be going, that's not you. You're totally disengaged, or you know what I mean? What is language he could use to begin the conversation with his son, or even his daughter, just to, he wants to reconnect. Yep. Give him words.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what I would say to that dad is, that's real. You're not alone. I would also say that you are not so far gone that you can't start. So I really have designed Man School with all of that in mind to say, hey, starting this thing is going to be the hardest obstacle to overcome. But once you get into it, it'll start to take on a life of its own. Like, you'll get into the rhythm. Like, you'll get exactly the coaching you need, exactly when you need it, so that you can just take that next step. And so, yeah, how does a dad begin to reconnect when he's been emotionally disconnected? It's scary, but the first step is to actually start to reconnect with yourself. If you are unable to connect with your own emotional interior life, then you will be unable to hold your child's. I mean, think about it. What are the places where our children trigger us, where our children get us kind of like revved up the most? It is the places where they start showing typically emotions. It's the emotions, the places that we are uncomfortable with in ourselves. So when our child starts getting anxious, and we're like, no, you need to stop it. Like, when we shut them down, we are shutting them down because we're uncomfortable feeling their emotion. Why? Because we're uncomfortable feeling that emotion in ourselves. So where do you start? Well, you just start by slowly allowing yourself to feel, slowly allowing your heart to wake up. And with that being said, I mean, there is just absolutely a dynamic of that can feel overwhelming, but we had this myth in our therapeutic culture that when we start to feel those things, we're going to fall into an abyss that we can never climb out of. I talk with guys all the time about this.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, they're like, I know I have losses. I know I have grief. I know I need to mourn the sorrows of my life. But I am so concerned that when I touch it, it's going to suck me in, and I don't have a month to sit around and be completely 100%. Abolished.
Male and female.
Yes.
Women say the same thing.
Yes. So that is a real sentiment, and I just want to say that's a myth. We have this myth in our therapeutic culture that I have to feel something 100% in order to digest it or to heal from it. And Relational neuroscience says that is actually not the case. You can dip your toe into an emotion, and you are actually starting to digest that sorrow, that grief, that anxiety, whatever the challenging emotion is that you don't want to go near. All you have to do is just start to feel it. And if it starts to become overwhelming, it's actually helpful to say, okay, I'm going to put that on my mental shelf for right now, and I'm going to go experience some joy. I'm going to go experience some peace. I'm going to compartmentalize for a moment with the promise to come back. Compartmentalization is not bad. Burying, compartmentalizing in a coffin and putting it 6 feet under the ground, that's a problem, because then you get a Night of the Living Dead type situation at some point, typically around midlife. Yeah.
So much good stuff here, Rusty. Wow.